And let's get the Altered World Events DLC started. What did you just say to me? That's what I thought, punk. As it's been a while since I saw the intro message from Alan for the oh right, I need to do this first. Please bear with me while I clear up my mods. See, that would be good. You know, I'll keep it just in case I ever land another headshot ever in my life. You just get so many dang mods. As you recover on melee kills. Like there's melee in the game. Remedy, what jokers. Get rid of that one. As I was saying, as it has been a while since we had the intro air quotes cutscene for this, let's rewatch that. I'm going to mute my microphone so that we have proper silence for this.
Darkness engulfed the elevator. There was something there. A presence. Jesse Faden could hear it. A call. It was faint, reaching for her from a dark place. Faden was sensitive to visitations. She had them all the time. From her guiding star and the previous director. She was the perfect receiver. As if she'd been made for this. Faden paused to feel it. The force at play here. It was changing things around her, subtle, trying to make her act. Faden didn't like that. Her guide felt it too. Polaris didn't flare up in defense as with the hiss. So it wasn't all bad. Not a hostile transmission. It was powerful, but it was coming from far away. And made weak because of the distance. It was a distress call. Faden sensed a drowning man. A man desperate to escape. She sensed something else too. A hunger in the dark. Not unlike the hostile resonance. Waiting. She knew that desperate acts can have grim consequences. It was this, more than the man's despair, that made her follow the call. The elevator lights winked back on. The darkness receded like a memory. There was a new button on the elevator control panel. Investigation Sector. Faden pressed the button. The elevator doors slid shut with practiced bravado.
So I don't know if you know this, chat. I don't know if it's... Also, the stream might go down a moment. Angel's uploading a large file, but hopefully it's fine. Yeah, I don't know if it's ever come up, but his name's Alan Wake and he's a writer. Investigation Sector. I really wish Remedy had been able to keep the Max Payne license, because I feel like they were on a good thing there. I do actually need to play Max Payne at some point, but they've announced it. Oh, it's dark already. They've announced a remaster, so I'll probably check that out, or a remake or something. I'll check that out when it launches.
Hello? Anyone here?
Guess not.
Max Payne is the first game's rough around the edge and is getting remade. Yeah, I can't remember if it's a remake or a remaster, unfortunately. I mean, they are available on Steam anyway, of course, but... whoops. Might as well just wait for a remaster. Means I don't have to jump through so many hoops to play it. But I think Max Payne was their first game, so obviously, like, it's kind of to be expected. It's rough. Compiled by Tim Spode, the Special Agent, by order of William Kirkland, Head of Investigations. Official findings report Dr. Casper Darling, regarding Dr. Casper Darling, internal/confidential. Summary. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, Internal Investigation D0845 was launched into the ethical practices of Dr. Casper Darling, Head of Research. Despite the accounts of anonymous Redacted regarding inhumane treatment of a Redacted currently housed in the Bureau, our official findings regarding this were inconclusive. Numerous obstacles arose during this investigation. The majority of Redacted sector personnel seem to be wholly aware of any such Redacted contained there. One Redacted confirmed the Redacted's codename to be, I assume, Hedron, but all files pertaining to that name were inaccessible, being classified under the highest clearance level. Investigators were similarly blocked from entering the Redacted research wing to interview its staff. The matter was further complicated by the lack of clarity on whether non-human paranatural entities warrant humane treatment. While this investigation cannot address any charges against Dr. Darling, we do recommend an investigation into Redacted research. Refer to file 9820136 for full report.
A lot more crowded than the rest of the Bureau.
Yeah, it's like they do a lot of investigating. Casey inquiry. Okay, we've started already. To R. Denis from D. Gleason, subject possible lead on the Wake case. Mr. Denis, a request came through recently from an FBI agent asking for all our files on Bright Falls, specifically on the disappearance of the author Alan Wake. Per the Interagency Information Exchange Agreement, I had some paper pushers gather up a folder of all the pre-approved files. Don't worry, all the inappropriate material is either missing or redacted. But I'm writing to let you know that we received this request from a special agent named Alex Casey. Sounds familiar, right? That's because Alex Casey is the name of the fictional detective in those hardboard crime books Alan Wake wrote. Pretty interesting that an FBI agent sharing a name with the most famous character Wake wrote is looking into a case dealing with a writer's fiction coming true. I think this is worth looking into, but what's your opinion? Just give the word and I'll start surveillance on this guy. Special Investigator Gleason. So if you weren't aware, Special Agent Casey will appear in Alan Wake 2 and is at least physically portrayed by Sam Lake, the face model of Max Payne, and also, you know, the head of Remedy, or founder, I guess, more accurately speaking. I think he's still the head of, but missing agents, redacted 2017. Mr. Kirkland, here are the latest agents confirmed missing, presumed dead, from the containment breach yesterday. Agent Jonathan Connor, Researcher Ezra Cruz, Agent Caroline Dempsey, Agent Lindsay Malcolm, Agent Charles Murray, Agent Derek Shah. Letters of condolence will be delivered to you to sign prior to sending them to their families. You will be updated as soon as additional confirmations are made. Also, per your request, a network engineer checked how many cases were backed up digitally. Unfortunately, a large number of active investigations were not archived yet, and the only hard copy of reports exist behind the firebreak. But they're lost, I'm afraid. Is that the shifted department? Do we have... Can't remember which collectible group that was. Sorry, I'm just trying to find the shift account 123. Nope. To see if they name any agents in them. I guess it's under correspondence. Whoops. Gene Gibbs. No, that's no, they're different agents. It's different containment breach. Mr. Kirkland, we stopped at Keystone on our way to the target AWE like you asked. I'm sending my report directly to you to try and keep a lid on this Grumman Morales desertion issue. We didn't find any sense of them here. Given their records, it is possible they've switched teams like you suspected, but I don't think that's the case. An event definitely occurred here in Keystone, and I think Grumman and Morales got caught up in it. The entire population has vanished into thin air. Reminds me of the Ordinary case, but that was just the adult if I'm remembering the file correctly. This is different. I think our guys are casualties, not traitors. If it was an AWE, it seems to be over. We walked through the whole town, and the only strange thing we noticed were markings on various buildings. 2 overlapping circles with a dot in the shared space. Could be unrelated. I'll show you the pictures when I get back. In the meantime, you should send a team out here to cordon this place off and maybe get the comms guys working on a cover story. Sincerely, Agent Keenum. Okay, so I need to dump a power core in here. ID Borough Tractor, altered item 82 KE, acquisition date 4/21/2019, scene, not acquired. Containment procedure, item is not in Bureau custody, not known. Description slash altered effect. A Frank Elk tractor, olive green, dried blood on the grill when last seen. Item is capable of vocalized responses or growls and unmanned locomotion, considered highly aggressive and dangerous. Background. The item first came to the Bureau's attention after the death of William Burrow, owner of Burrow Farm outside of Trenton, Texas. Local authorities arrived on scene after an employee found the mutilated body of Mr. Burrow beneath his tractor. Police arrived, but were immediately driven away by the tractor. Panicked calls to federal authorities were intercepted by Bureau communications staff. A team was dispatched. Upon arrival, the agents approached the item. It responded by growling like a bear. 3 agents were injured when they tried to detain the item, which escaped. Aerial searches for the item are ongoing. Speaking to Mrs. Burrow only revealed that she had a domestic altercation with Mr. Burrow earlier on the night of the incident. Whether these events are connected is currently unknown. Please. Thank you for the prompt. Compiled by Patricia Lewis, Special Agent, Bard of William Kirkland, Head of Investigations. Official findings report regarding the Prime Candidate Program, Internal Confidential Summary. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, Internal Investigation P1429 was launched into the legality of the Prime Candidate Program, redacted by the Federal Bureau of Control. Since all known subjects relevant to the investigation used executive privilege to decline interviews, very little first-hand information was gathered. However, anonymous sources and documentation declassified by Mr. Kirkland both paint an alarmingly clear picture of systematic redacted and redacted. Redacted were brought into the oldest house and placed under redacted examination and testing with the aim of appointing one as director upon maturity. This program has produced no successful cases, only resulted in the traumatic redacted of paranaturally inclined redacted. Not only is this in breach of the Ash Act, but it flies in the face of basic human redacted. This investigation team unequivocally redacted the Prime Candidate Program and recommends that it be redacted immediately. Refer to file 982-136 for full report. So the Jedi are villains. That's true. Kidnapping children and training them from the earth from birth is bad. ID Borough Tractor, Alta Estimates 2 KE, acquisition date 4/21/2019, scene not acquired. Supplementary materials. Note, miscommunication led to a local coroner examining the body of William Burrow. Burrow, William, male, Caucasian. Case summary. 33-year-old man found dead on his property per police report. Remains obtained for coroner's office also include blood, urine, bile, stomach contents, and bone fragments. Autopsy findings. Blunt force injuries. Head. A. Lacerations. Left ear. Cheek. Blunt force injuries. Extremities. A. Dislocation. Right knee. B. Complete avulsion of the right upper extremity with associated fracture of the proximal right humerus. I bet William Burrow didn't find that humorous. Extensive trauma. Abdominal region. A. Complete avulsion of multiple organs, including stomach, heart, liver, pancreas. Oh, hey, sweet. A bot. I'll take care of that in a moment. And portions of the large and... Oh, thank you for dealing with that, Stebadeus. Small intestine, all missing from scene. Conclusion. It is my opinion that Mr. Burrow's death is not the result of a mechanical accident, as claimed by authorities. The removal of organs is consistent with animal attack. Hey, Stockholm Syndrome makes it all okay. Yeah, I mean, Stockholm Syndrome is why you're all here, so I guess that makes sense. Federal Bureau of Control, redacted 2019. To whom it may concern, it is with great anger and regret that I tender my resignation as head of investigations for the Federal Bureau of Control. I do this in protest of the rampant disregard for my department's redacted. My staff cannot continue to work in these conditions. Previous requests and warnings have fallen on deaf ears, so I must now rely on my actions to speak louder than my words ever could. I blame this situation on our redacted, who has routinely ignored my requests for assistance in reclaiming the parts of the investigation sector lost to the redacted loose inside. I will never forget the screams of brave agents begging for us to open that firebreak. I will carry that shame for the rest of my days. The redacted has failed his agents. I shall never forgive him for that. Sincerely, William Kirkland. Is there a firebreak? Oh, right. It's just there.
It's not working.
Nah, it's like it needs power or something.
Probably a loose power core somewhere.
Staffing issue. Mr. Denis. So, yes, there's an increase in AWE cases, and yes, it altered world event for those who are unaware. Yeah, and yes, it would be a good idea to put together a special task force to examine exactly why that is. However, it seems that a tiny little detail has slipped through the cracks. We don't have the damn staff. If you expect us to detect, investigate, and process more AWE cases, you need to give us more people. It's simple math. Between the staff we lost in the Hartman thing... Oh, hey, that's Bright Falls. And the ones who left for other departments after Kirkland quit, we're barely managing to keep up with the workload. Hell, just filing the department for all the altered items we left behind in the sector has been an ordeal. Another thing, and this is going to sound paradoxical, but we have an overcrowding situation. This lobby isn't meant to accommodate a whole sector's worth of staff. We put forward a motion to move investigations to a more suitable location months ago. It better not still be sitting on your desk. The people are getting restless, and as Kirkland's interim replacement, it's your job to handle it. Best regards, Agent Grayson. Oh, that's why this area is crowded then. It's not supposed to have desks in it. It's a lobby. Probably, I think I've already been in that room. Hey, Cauldron Lake. I'm going to stop pointing out all of the Alan Wake stuff in this DLC because it's focused a lot on Alan Wake, the game. To Chief Investigator Denis. It happened again. Third time this year. Something certainly has it out for our redacted. Could be raccoons. The locals certainly complain about them enough. But why the hell would raccoons keep going after a monitoring station? Doesn't add up. Anyway, I've got a Bureau Tech going to the site next week to take a look. Next on the list of recurring problems is the staff at the Lake House Research Station. How am I supposed to effectively keep an eye on Totally Not Cauldron Lake if they won't let me see any data? Oh, I'm sorry, Redacted Lake if they won't let me see any data. Hell, I don't even know what they're researching out there. We need to petition them again to share their info with investigations agents. It's only a matter of time before this Redacted hits again, and I want to be prepared. Anyway, if anyone at HQ asks why the Bright Falls report is a little thin this month, tell them it's because we couldn't take any readings. In the meantime, I might invest in some raccoon traps. Sincerely, Agent Estevez. Compiled by Agent Lisa Keenum, External Investigator, by order of William Kirkland, Head of Investigations. Official finding reports regarding Dr. Raya Underhill. Summary. Dr. Raya Underhill is a professor at the University of Woodrow in the United Kingdom, where she teaches biology with a focus on botany. I don't think that's an actual place. Dr. Underhill once worked with the Bureau... with a focus on botany. Dr. Underhill once worked with the Bureau as a parabotanist stationed in the research sector of the oldest house. She served with no incidents or demerits and is praised by those who formerly worked with her, including Dr. Darling. Welcome, Cotondu. Sorry. It is a long time no see. How goes things? Dr. Underhill has no known connection to paracriminal investigations. organization, or any record of breaching her NDAs since leaving the Bureau. Her civilian behavior has been ideal, with the exception of an ongoing personal relationship with Dr. Darling that appears to have begun during their time as co-workers in the research sector, and revisited intermittently ever since. Depending on the duration of her work in the oldest house, it may be required to have both parties sign a relationship clearance form. This investigation has found no compelling reason to deny Dr. Darling's request to offer Dr. Underhill an interim position with the aim of finding a solution to the mold threshold issue. Refer to file 7, 8, 52, 86 before report. Things do go fine. What about your things doing? My internet's not great. Our service has been downgraded is the easiest way to sum it up. So my streaming schedule is tentatively remaining the same, but it may be changing depending on how things go. To run Monday and Wednesday instead of Thursday, Friday. But things are okay apart from that. Just trying to get through life as best I can while screaming on the inside. But I'm glad things are going fine your end. Kirkland, I'm growing tired of your blatant attempts to lay your incompetence at my doorstep. I know you want this to be true, but you are head of investigations. This failure is your responsibility. What did you think would happen, holding a dangerous specimen in investigations? The containment sector exists for a reason. They are better trained and better equipped for this type of work. In fact, they have admirably taken on certain AWE monitoring responsibilities that your staff are no longer capable of. This happens more and more now. And don't think your petty internal investigations have gone past my notice. You are a worm. Everything I've done has been for the benefit of the Bureau. The Prime Candidate program only failed because of Darling. You are both failures plotting against me. You are traitors, but the truth will emerge out of you. You are choosing to become my enemy, Kirkland. You don't want to be. Zachariah Trench, Director of the Federal Bureau of Control. Upload bandwidth irregularities? Man, that sucks. My upload was halved. As was my download, for that matter, but the upload's obviously the one that matters more for streaming. Compiled by Redacted, by order of William Kirkland, Head of Investigations. Official findings report regarding Redacted. Considering it's called Director Investigation, I'm assuming they were investigating Trench. Summary. Per authorization from Mr. Kirkland, Redacted was launched into the Redacted of Director Zachariah Trench. A recent change in Redacted, witnessed in Director Trench, including aggressive Redacted when Redacted with other staff, has been observed. However, this investigation is aimed at interpreting this issue rather than proving it. Notable Redacted between Director Trench and Dr. Darling has been witnessed by numerous Bureau staff. Although both declined to meet for an interview on the matter, witness accounts suggest their arguments centre around the Dimensional Research Wing and the Redacted kept inside. However, no evidence exists to confirm Director Trench's Redacted as anything more than interpersonal disagreements. This investigation has concluded that Director Trench's behaviour is not indicative of any Redacted, and that his fitness to lead is not in question. Refer to file Redacted for full report. Why is it tracking that mission? I think I've read everything in the lobby. So I assume I have to take this. And pushed over here. Thank you.
There. Now that gate should open.
Lala wasn't doing anything anyway, so I wasn't particularly bothered about that. Oh, there we go. Official findings report regarding Incident A-19, Internal Confidential. Summary. The purpose of internal investigation technically X39, because I'm reading it two numbers at a time, 7, is to examine the containment failure of specimen SI-1 that resulted in the deaths of Redacted agents. An inspection report of the containment equipment 3 days earlier showed no faults. Investigators suspect human error to be the cause, yet no department has provided any evidence to support this. Technicians were able to recover the researchers' notes on the specimen from the internal network. On the redacted of redacted, the specimen began displaying a sharp increase in aggressive redacted. I'm wondering if the specimen is Hartman. Cross-referencing that data with various logs found only 2 events inconsistent with the sector's daily routine. 1, the air filters were changed, and 2, an hour prior to the incident, a civilian named Alice Redacted entered the sector regarding an unrelated investigation. See interview 65, F124. Is that Wake? Is that Alan's wife? Given their connection to the same AWE case, it is likely that Mrs. Redacted's presence is relevant to the specimen's escape and to the redacted. Investigation is ongoing. Refer to file 623-721 for full report. So, bit of context for anyone who can't remember or didn't see the Alan Wake playthroughs, plural. Hartman, I believe, was a therapist who Alice contacted to deal with Alan's anger issues. And it's sounding like something happened to Hartman at some point, and he's going to be a boss fight, maybe? Or the final boss. I was about to ask if we get to go to the motel, but then I remembered, of course, that Alan's stuck behind one of the doors in the motel, so that would make sense. Also, they really do.
No detective, but something definitely happened here.
Really don't want people crossing that fire break. Compiled by Agent Tim Spalder by order of Remy Denis, Chief Investigator. Paracriminal Profile, the Blessed Organization. Ooh, getting some lore on Blessed. Summary. This group/individual has operated outside of the Bureau's notice for decades, perhaps longer, displaying a level of skill and caution rarely seen in paracriminal groups. A review of past cases has found various mentions of their activity over the years. In 2016, a production company called Blessed Pictures was connected to an altered item case, as well as the death of an agent from exposure to illicit paranatural materials. In 1994, a Los Angeles-based public speaker named Chester Bless was involved in the illegal use of an altered item. So Blessed Pictures was the camera, Chester Bless, I believe, was the surfboard. In 1988, a business called Blessed Repair and Service was suspected of involvement with an object of power case, perhaps even creating it. That was the jukebox. None of these businesses or individuals have ever been located. However, their connection to appearances of altered items and objects of power is too direct to be considered circumstantial. An arrest order has been issued for any persons believed to be involved with the Blessed organization. Refer to file 739-922 for full report. Let's go to the motel. It's been a while.
Do we know each other? This feels familiar. I can't seem to... I've forgotten it. I'm sorry. My name is Alan Wake. Who are you? Who are you? Do I know you?
I'm your friend Tom. Tom Zane. There's nothing to worry about.
Tom. The poet. The diver. You look different.
That was just a role. A character. The protagonist I played in my old film. I'm a filmmaker. An auteur like yourself. We're working on this together, remember? An artistic collaboration. You need a drink. Gibt's.
Endless darkness. Nothing holds still.
But we're very close now. You've been riding. We found a way to escape. It'll work this time.
Riding?
You found a way!
No. I don't... Wait. There's something. It's my double. He's out there. I've seen him.
Yeah. Nothing to worry about. I'm dealing with it. It's fine, my friend. Let me handle him.
You've met him? What the hell?
Now, come on. You misunderstand me.
That was Alan Wake, the writer who went missing in that AWE case I read about. What's he doing here?
Things are going well.
Thomas Zane was with him. The poet. No, wait. He was a filmmaker. I always remember that wrong.
No, he was a poet. Yeah, Cotondu. The Alan Wake. Sorry, I was trying to find Thomas Zane's voice actor. Before I go any further. Also, Alan is having a fantastic time. Because his voice was just vaguely familiar. Oh. Well, it's the guy who plays Trench, so that'll be why his voice was vaguely familiar. He's also the voice of Max Payne. Oh yeah, Cotonda. So this is Control, and it's by the same company that developed Alan Wake and Alan Wake's American Nightmare. This is the AWE, the Altered World event DLC, but you could also call it the Alan Wake experience. Alan is trapped behind this door. You can only go through doors that you have, like, how best to explain this? The motel is a place between worlds, and you can only go through doors relating to worlds that you've been to. So I can usually only go through this door because this is the astral plane, which Jesse has been to a fair amount now. Whereas Alan's trapped behind this door, and Jesse understandably can't go through it because she's not been to the dark place. I expected that to be locked, I was just double checking. Oh, that's the symbol that they found in the place, was it Texas? Oh god, where was it? I read it. It was one of the things I found in the lobby. Grumman and Morales, I believe. Oh, it's not a dead letter. I can't remember which one it was, but they were talking about everyone had disappeared in a town, and that symbol was everywhere. Oh, Keystone. There we go. 2 overlapping circles with a dot in the shared space. There you go. Keystone. Wondering if that's setting up for Control 2. But yeah, to continue, there have been references to Alan Wake throughout the entire game. In fact, like, you find a manuscript page and one of the thermos flasks in the containment sector, which is where they house loads of random objects of power. That's not happened before. Please give me an episode of Night Springs. I'm begging you. Okay. Free from talking to managers? Man. Who'd be a manager, huh? Oh, have I got to make it dark? Because the dark place? Or silent, I guess. Stories you could tell. No comment. Hey, that's fair. I wasn't expecting an answer. Just, there we go. Talking aloud to get things done. To, you know, to avoid dead space. Sorry, dead air. Don't need to avoid dead space. I've already played that. That was a lot of fun. So that's the key, which typically allows me to leave through...
Dr. Emil Hartman, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Broke loose, killed everyone it could, lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came, a resonance. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
Well, let's confirm that theory. Dead Space was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
Dr. Emil Hartman was desperate. The Federal Bureau of Control had stolen his life's work. This was his last chance, his final experiment. What he'd been too scared to do before. Hartman dove into the lake, was taken, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Only an echo of him remained, fragmented impulses on autoplay, violent, bloodthirsty darkness in the driver's seat. Emerging from the lake, the thing was captured by the FBC, brought in, contained, studied. The thing broke loose, killed everyone it could. The FBC fell back and sealed the sector. The thing was alone in the dark, lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came. Not darkness, but similar enough. A sound. A resonance. It shouldn't be a surprise. If there's one, why not another? The darkness inside the thing could have been immune, could have resisted, fought, could have been passed by, passed through with no effect. But it didn't, and it wasn't. Maybe it had grown weaker over time, not aged. It was timeless, but weaker with no link to its source. A metamorphosis followed. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
A little recap there for people. So Hartman knew about the darkness in Cauldron Lake, and he ran his therapy for creative people to tap into that darkness and use it to create stuff to make, essentially to get rich off of. So I guess him jumping into the darkness and the dark place was the last way of making money in his brain. Clearly it did not end well. He did say the line, Guns. He did say the line. I'm also wondering if Control is the story that Alan Wake has... Okay, you couldn't actually see out of the windows in the base game. There was just a light. So I'm currently wondering if Control is the story Alan's written as a domino to get out. Gotta pack up and head home to finish the work day. I'll see you there if you're still on when I get home. If not, thanks for streaming. Have a great day. Thank you for being here, Guns. Thank you for trying to help me with the Foundation DLC. That was painful, I'm sure. And thank you for keeping me company. Have a safe travel. I'll be on for another half hour or so, I think. Alright, back to the fire break. You know, which is broken. Ever since they pulled that nonsense in the base game, hiding stuff in the fire break, I don't trust them. That's not supposed to be at that angle. Oh! Just a spike straight off the bat, huh? Rad. Oh, well, that's unfortunate for that individual. Artie? I miss Artie.
Creepy, damp, and abandoned. Why did Wake want me to come here?
Hey, at least it still has power. I'm assuming the, well, that's not normal. Darkness is going to be an issue at some point. I'm going to have to carry portable lights around with me. Like, as in that cave system. Also, congratulations whoever just won 5 points in the jump catch game. Spend them wisely. Or not. I don't care. Spend them in a way that sparks joy. Okay, well that's pretty cool. I dig it.
That doesn't look like a house shift. Do I even want to know?
I'm going to grab this control point before I do anything. And Jesse, you probably do want to know, but whether or not we'll find out anytime soon is doubtful. Cool. Okay. Just go and throw stuff at folks. You know what? Just in case there's more. Friendship.
Of course, the Hiss are already in here.
There weren't more. Abandoned officers. Hello. My feet gossip at night, and now I have to wear shoes to bed. Sincerely, me. That just sounds awkward. They, say anything interesting?
Whoa. Looks like the house has gotten a little wild in here.
If you know what I'm saying, wink, Columpy. It's kind of like it started shifting and then just stopped. Oh, that's my friend dying. Official arrest report, case 74WA4. Offender names, Hartman, Emil. Victim names, Wake, Allen, Anderson, Tor, Anderson, Odin, Redacted, Lane, Rudolph. Desolé, Wendy, Emerson, Thomas. Redacted. Officer name, Denise, Special Agent Remy. Charges. Code 4, kidnapping of altered individuals, 1 count. Code 8, sanctions against altered organizations, 1 count. Code 37, obstruction of Bureau investigation, 1 count. Code 74, breaching the Ash Act, 6 counts. Additional notes. Offender's property seized as evidence to be used in conjunction with an ongoing AWE investigation. Offender's personal effects have been sent to research for analysis. After being cleared by Bureau researchers, all victims have been released. Biannual surveillance orders were assigned to each except the Anderson brothers, due to their senility, and Wake, possibly deceased. Well, more that he's just not around to be contacted, let's say. Interesting. Well, that's going to bother me. Oh, never mind. Breakable wall. And a hidden location. You do spoil me, game. I mean, it's not that hidden. Like, you can see the box. But that's pretty cool. Through here to see if there's anything I'm missing. Okay. Well, I can't go that way, so I guess I'll go this way.
This darkness is blocking the door. So now I have to deal with an interdimensional noise and sentient shadows.
Yep. 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 Oh, it's just a room of lights in case you need one, I guess.
Light burns it away, huh?
OBS is YouTube, for your benefit, OBS is disconnected. Is this the internet's down, or just an OBS issue? Gonna let it try to reconnect. Pause. I'm just going to mute the microphone and pause the recording. Okay, well, I'll just pause the recording, to be fair. Recording, unpause.
Makes sense.
No, it doesn't. Well, I mean, light on shadows makes sense, yeah, of course, but... Sorry about that. OBS just disconnected for some reason. Had a momentary concern that the internet was gone again. I don't know if I need this, so I'm just going to leave that there. And... Oh. Well, that doesn't look right. I will admit, that does not look right. Going up? It's the mold. Which I am thankfully immune to. Don't know if I'm doing this for any reason, but I'm sure as heck doing it because I hate the mold. Go any further up? Nope. Weird creepy noises stopped. Very good. Guess it's just a side room with some mold in it. Wonderful. Please let me out. Is there any... I don't think there's a further up. There is not a further up. In some tunnels. It's getting dark. So this is what the annual company party looks like. A budget rave. Good to know when I turn my first. Hartman, you good? There's another words to that song. Why do I suspect that's there for a you know what? I'm just gonna pick it up. No, it's not. I am surprised. This is the other side of that random shift. Filing, processing, Firebreak, Operations Center, active investigations. This sector is huge. Also, congratulations on whoever just won 5 points in the Jump Catch game. Make yourself feel pretty with them.
The third thing. The sound made darker, the darkness made louder. Hartman was stretched, like a worm through time. The third thing was a monster. Now we crashed out of darkness toward Faden.
I'm sorry, Alan. What? Just gonna get rid of some things. Grand Slam damage after weapon hits. Yeah, no, I'm good. The Grand Slam isn't my main combat method. It's more of a, if I happen to do it, neat. Nor am I killing things with shield. Oh, that'd be useful to keep. Melee damage after melee kills. That would involve them putting a melee option in the game.
The resonance carves its way through the thing that had been Hartman, vibrating, remolding. The sound changes the darkness, and the darkness changes the sound. They both changed what remained of Hartman. They all turned into something else. A third thing. The sound made darker. The darkness made louder. Hartman was stretched. Stretched as anyone when seen from out of time, like a worm through time. Almost an Ouroboros, a spiral, a maelstrom. The gravity well of a black hole, twisting inward, tightening, taking you deeper and deeper to the bottom, the heart, and through to the other side. The third thing said, when you hear this, you will know you're in new you. He said, we build you till nothing remains. He said, under the conceptual reality, behind this reality, you must want these ways to drag you away. He said, baby, 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 yeah, orange peel. The third thing was a monster. He'd tear apart any ordinary person crossing his path. Now he crashed out of darkness toward Faden. There was nothing ordinary about Faden.
Before I back out of this menu, speaking of Ouroboros, one, I will get around to playing Resident Evil 5 on stream at some point, and you can witness that. It's something. It's not actually a bad game, it's just not great. Two, remember in The Witcher 3 when they kept pronouncing it Ouroboros? Man, that was a good time. Okay. Gonna go looking for a power core first, before I deal with the darkness. Interagency cooperation decision regarding NASA. Following the NASA-FBC Coordination Agreement of 1972, the Bureau has provided NASA with numerous technological advancements based on our research, including the black rock lining now found in all spacefaring vessels. In return, all data gathered during space missions is made available for Bureau researchers to analyze. Recently, certain individuals have raised this concern that this relationship does not adequately benefit the Bureau, either intellectually or financially. A thorough examination of the costs accrued by both organizations has shown that the expense of NASA's recent launch of the Redacted far outweighs any spending related to the processing and delivery of black rock. From its medium Earth orbit, the Redacted will provide the Bureau with an unparalleled resource for remotely monitoring and photographing AWE sites, a resource that would be lost if the partnership ends. It is the opinion of this committee that maintaining a cooperative relationship with our allies at NASA is of vital importance. Refer to file 381-4812 for full report. And rather than running through this place in darkness, I'm actually going to look for power core. Oh look, I found it. Hopefully this turns the lights on. I need a second power core, let's see. Compiled by Ezra Cruz, investigative researcher, by order of William Kirkland, head of investigations. Summary. Examination of paranatural entities, the Shadow. Summary. A paranatural entity, A10, aka the Shadow, is an aggressive redacted consisting of 3 known types. Type A. The localized manifestations of sentient redacted capable of occupying organic and inorganic material as well as exerting redacted over its surroundings. Type B. Shaded individuals. Human bodies redacted by the Shadow. These individuals become notably more aggressive but do seem to retain redacted of their previous selves. Research is ongoing as to whether this condition is reversible. Type C, shaded objects. Similar to Type B, except the inanimate objects are redacted solely to be used as destructive tools. Each type seems to work towards a shared goal, possibly targeting certain individuals, see AWE 35, which may imply a shared link to a redacted intelligence. The threat this entity poses warrants immediate exploration of offensive/defensive measures. The investigation sector is being outfitted with additional lighting sources, some internally powered, to prepare for the eventuality of an redacted. Refer to file 634-1923 for full report.
My understanding of the darkness is fragmented, incomplete. This abyss, this void, it very much does not wish to be understood. If light symbolizes knowledge, then it stands to reason that darkness would equate to ignorance. By its very nature, it abhors comprehension. Of course, my own nature drives me to comprehend all. We are opposing forces, destined to collide. And given this conflict of natures, we know that the light of truth will burn away the darkness, both figuratively and literally. Any significant light source can be used as protection, even weaponry against this metaphysical gloom. And then there are the artists. I know for a fact that Tom, Wake, the Anderson brothers, and Lane all had some involvement with the darkness. The question is whether their uncanny ability to affect reality through their art beckons the darkness, or did their work perhaps even create it? With Wake now secure in my lodge, I expect I shall grow closer to learning the answers to these questions. Assuming he cooperates, which is proving quite the challenge. Well, perseverance is the foundation of knowledge. Speaking of, I must be off on my rounds.
And the reminder that the first time Alan meets Dr. Hartman, he punches him in the nose.
Incomplete. This abyss, this void, it very much does not wish to be understood.
ID Altered World Event 44, event date 5/25/2015, event location Bloomington, Illinois. The Eagle Limited, AW44. Event summary. A train derailment resulting in 62 casualties and numerous injuries was suspected to have been the work of a paracriminal group known as Redacted. As a result of this event, the agents discovered that one of the cars had become altered with a persistent auditory event. It remains to be determined whether the AWE was spontaneous or the direct result of sabotage. Event response. The Bureau had been tracking said group at the time, and the intel gathered suggested an event of this caliber was imminent in Bloomington. As a result, a response team on site was able to respond to the train accident site within minutes of its occurrence. They arrived to find emergency processes underway, but also equipment left behind by the suspected group. A suspicious onlooker managed to elude agents after they attempted to make contact. Further investigation of the accident site revealed a curiously undamaged train car that exhibited an altered state when entered. This individual car was secured and transported to the investigation sector for further studies.
If light symbolizes knowledge, then it stands to reason that darkness would equate to ignorance. Of course, my own nature drives me to comprehend all. We are opposing forces, destined to collide. And given this conflict of natures, we know that the light of truth will burn away the darkness, both figuratively and literally. Any significant light source be used as protection.
Right. Clear this room out. Probably think about wrapping it. Oh, there's no enemy type. Yeah, it's absolutely a tutorial for a new enemy type. You gonna leave? Hiss Ranger, Airborne, compiled by Emily Pope, research specialist by order of director Jesse Faden. Field research on Hiss entity Hiss Corrupted Ranger, Airborne, confidential. Summary. The subgroup of Hiss Corrupted Rangers has manifested the ability to levitate, similarly to Hiss elevated agents. However, these airborne Hiss Rangers display no telekinetic abilities and simply continue to use mundane Bureau weaponry. This evolution, being so similar to the elevated, possibly indicates that the Hiss can share permutations through a type of network or perhaps osmosis. However, the fact that this development in Hiss Rangers has only been observed in the investigation sector may indicate that an environmental factor is responsible. They could be responding to an altered item or other paranatural element found only in that sector. Or perhaps this is the natural progression of the Hiss Ranger phenotype. Not enough time has passed to determine a conclusive trajectory of development for each of the Hiss manifestations, assuming any such trajectory exists. Refer to file redacted for full report. I'm sorry, but you had to die.
Agent Fisher, day 6 inside the motel. Utilized surveillance methods are as follows. Fiber optic cameras slid under the individual room doors. Motion detectors in the lobby area. Tripwire, triggering a flash camera across the main entrance. Even fingerprint powder on the front desk. Results are varying at best. But mostly just inconclusive and unusable. The footage is corrupted. Sometimes even the equipment is damaged. I don't know how, exactly. I think this place is making fun of me. That's the only explanation. I can hear them laughing and screaming behind the closed doors. I can hear the call bell go and ding multiple times a day, but when I look, there's no one there. I know I'm supposed to stay out of sight, but I've seen the doors closing just before I can catch even a glimpse of anyone or anything. They're messing with me, whoever they are. I think... Wait, shh. There's something. I gotta get this. Gotta get the cable out. Come on, you fiber optic fuck. Cooperate. Okay, there we go. All right. That was faint, but I definitely heard movement coming from the hallway. I think I might have finally caught one. Ha! The recording better work this time, or I swear to God I'll... What? Hello? Who's there? Oh, shit. I'm with the FBC. Move away from the door. I have a... Where's my...
Oh no. Agent Fisher, are you okay?
Utilized surveillance methods are as follows. Fiber optic cameras slid under the individual room doors. Motion detectors in the
I don't think Agent Fisher's okay, Jack.
triggering a flash camera across the main entrance. Fingerprint powder.
I don't think Agent Fisher is okay at all. Oh god, that, I guess, side quests maybe? Oh, that guy's dancing. Yeah, you work it, pal. I heard the janitorial music.
I think this place is making fun of me.
It's been so long. Black Market, compiled by David Gleason, Special Investigator, by order of Remy Denis, Chief Investigator. Official findings report: illegal altered item market. Summary: a black market hub specializing in the trade of occult talismans, relics, and other assorted ceremonial objects, as well as genuine altered and paranatural materials, was traded in redacted Czech Republic by a team of special investigators. Unsuccessful attempts by suspects to escape using altered items resulted in numerous casualties and prevented the Bureau from questioning all participants. The following interrogations revealed that not only is there a vast network of these retailers, but that they seem to be gathering information on altered items and other paranatural materials from sources unknown to the Bureau. The Bureau's concern here is threefold. A. There is a growing underground market for paranatural materials, which implies a growing awareness of their existence among a niche group of the general public. B. These criminal individuals do not seem aware of the item's paranatural powers, and their attempts to activate them could prove devastating if done in populated areas. C. The motivations of these collectors are largely unknown. Refer to file 512-221 for full report. They're all dancing. Interrogation complaint. Kirkland. So you put me on desk duty just because I did the thing I was fucking hired to do? My job? Want to know what I call that? Bullshit. Asking us to interrogate these scum without using words like altered items or AWEs or paracriminal is the stupidest thing I've heard in my life, and I've heard some fucking stupid things. They already know the facts. Hell, they know just as much as us, if not more. I think they'd sit there laughing at us while we dance around our words, trying not to leak classified terminology. They already know the fucking terminology. If you think pulling me off the case will stop me, then think again. That piece of shit blew up those tracks. He killed those people, all to make a train turn altered. We have him dead to rights, and you need to let me back in that interrogation cell so I can get him to flip on his buddies. These people are terrorists and deserve to be treated as such. This won't stop unless we stop them. You can go ahead and put me on suspension. See if that slows me down. Agent Hewitt.
I'm supposed to stay out of sight, but I've seen the doors closing just before I can catch even a glimpse of anyone or anything.
Poor Fisher.
They're messing with me, whoever they are. I think. Wait. Shh. There's something. I got this.
I guess they came through the floor. Okay. This, I think, is a bathroom. Yeah. Bunk. Oh, Artie, I miss you. Oh, more fine messes.
Darkness everywhere. New day, same old bloody city, said the old lady. Like tar but good for nothing. Get rid of it.
Oh, I think there's supposed to be like a different voice line for each of those missions. But I don't think it will replay them. I'm sorry, chat. There's no way to fix that. I'm gonna just do this one because it's back here, and then yeah, we'll continue. I believe there was a light back here somewhere. Oh. Oh, hi.
Reminder, all employees are required to report their hours at the end of each month. The Federal Bureau of Control maintains that time is not subjective, and hours passed on alternative planes cannot be claimed. Astral dives do not accumulate overtime compensation. Thank you for your attention. Employees are required to report their hours at the end of each month.
Anyway.
On alternative planes cannot be claimed. Astral dives do not accumulate overtime compensation. Thank you for your attention.
Oh, hang on, no. Oh, I can't remember which side. I saw a plant, but I can't remember which side of the collapse of the house shift it was.
There you go. Doesn't that feel better? Welcome back to the land of the living, little buddy.
I'm assuming the third one is either this or it's the other side of the yeah. Kind of annoyed about playing all the RT voice lines at the same time. Sorry about that again. A little silly that you can do that, but nothing I can do now. Because it auto-saved after picking up each one. So once I picked up the last one, that's it. I can't replay it. What I'll do after I've done this tree issue, done the plants, is and before I wrap up, is I'll check the wiki to see if they've got the transcript at least. This is the abandoned offices, yeah. They're not small plant parts. You'd think they'd be easy to see. Is the hole still there? Oh, there's a plant right there. You know what? I'm just going to assume there isn't another one back there. I'll wait for that to go and kick me in the butt. No, I'm sorry, I'm British. I have to say arse. Legally speaking. Do these count? Apparently not. That's the way out. Really? Oh god, sharpened. Where are you? Oh, you are very annoying. Nah, you're my friend now. We good? We done? Fantastic. Is there a plant back here? I don't see one. I thought this would be a really easy thing to knock off, so I don't have to come back this way, you know, later for cleanup purposes. But I guess not. I guess it's going to take longer than I thought. There's a plant in here. No. This is a tiny area. I didn't think there was one back here. No. And yet I'm missing 3 plants, somehow. I don't see the point in picking the light up until I know where the plants are. Okay, I don't think there's a plant over there. Oh boy. Oh, well, there's one. I don't know why those bottles came out of the wall. Guess they just wanted to join the party. Okay, so there are only 3 plants. Need to find the last one. Suppose you're happy to be back here? Nope. Thrilling gameplay here at twitch.tv/ComradeBubbles. Hang on. Please just get out of here. Okay, that's an invisible wall. So there isn't... I can say with reasonable certainty there isn't a plant back there. I need to... Go. Just checking for any holes in the ceiling. Might lead to a secret room. Taken care of. Why is it like this? It's not a huge area. You'd think I'd be able to find 3 potted plants. Particularly as they're not terribly small. Real fudging confused right now, chat. Not gonna lie. Due to the aforementioned size of this area. And this is going to keep happening as well. So I might just have to give this up for now. Come back to it later. Beating out 3.5. 3.5 just ended. Oops. Sorry that is the case. Where is this? Okay, chat, I'm gonna swear. You might want to cover your ears, but where is this sodding plant pot? I guess I could check this room. Hey, you. The plant. There is a plant. Son of a gun. Is there a plant in here? I mean, obviously there was the mold. Which I did have to deal with for one of the arty quests. So I'm glad I shot all the blisters. Also, congratulations whoever just won 5 points from the jump catch game. Okay, there is no plant pot. There is no plant. No. All I need to do is find this one, and then I can, I can go and I can eat and upload videos to YouTube and all of that stuff. There. There. Okay. Aha! Pressed the wrong buttons, but that's all that matters. Sorry, all that matters is that I did it. Clear out mods. No. Actually, that one probably would have been good to keep. Never mind. Weapon reload after seizing enemy. That might be useful to keep, actually. So I've done that one. I've done one of those, and I believe these were places I haven't been yet. Okay, well, I don't think there's anything new for me to buy right now. There is. Surge fires adhesive munitions that detonate when manually triggered or if the timer... So it's a sticky bomb launcher. Cool. Just lacking the confiscated motive to build it. I guess in terms of mission, I'll just keep going with the dark place. Check the RT1 periodically. Surge, you can have... it's just a quick reload speed for now. Okay, so that's how that works. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to use it until it's fully upgraded, but sure, I guess. However, I've been streaming for like 4 hours and 10 minutes at this point, so I should really go and remind Angel what my face looks like. But thank you all for watching. I really appreciate the support. Hopefully you're enjoying the AWE DLC for Control, and hopefully I'll be back tomorrow. Fingers crossed, the stuff I've done behind the scenes to help the stream be less upload intensive seems to have worked, so hopefully there'll be a stream tomorrow without issue, but if there is, apologies. But until next time, please do stay safe, healthy, wholesome, and I'll see you around. Goodbye.